look. Just look how beautiful you are. You radiate so much light. You radiate so much light. You are so perfect exactly the way you are. You are so perfect exactly the way you are. You need to learn to give yourself more credit. You need to learn to give yourself more credit. I'm going to be talking today about self-confidence, self-esteem. It's quite relevant to me at the moment, and I wanted to share. Now that I'm out of that slump, I hope that I can enlighten you a little bit and give you that little bit of confidence radiation. We find ourselves at different times in life having a little bit of an identity crisis, and it's commonly triggered by something, whether we're unhappy at home or at school or at work, something's not quite gone to plan, or you feel quite stagnant in life and things just haven't quite changed. And we can, for some reason, our brains tell us that reinvention is the only way to make ourselves feel better, and we need to become whole different people. And I'm here to let you know that whilst yes, it's okay to want to switch things up, to feel fresher, a little bit different, but you are perfect exactly the way you are. And it's in here that we need to focus on. And in here that we need to focus on. Because all of this outside, I promise you, it means far less. And it is far less important than you really think it is. Your everyday life, no one is looking at you, I promise. No one is looking at you and judging you. Everyone is so wrapped up in their own world, their own problems. I promise you that 99.9% of people are just trying to get through their day just like you are. And regardless, if they happen to be looking at you in a judgy way, well, that's a reflection on their behaviour, not on the way that you look. Because you are beautiful. You are human. And as humans, we naturally have flaws. We're not made all in the same way, and we're not supposed to be. I want to give you a little analogy. You think you're getting yourself a dog, okay? And in that one litter of dogs, there are so many different face shapes. There are so many different colours, combinations of colours. Maybe there are different hair types, different coloured eyes, different weights, different lengths, different sizes. Even if they have the same same colours, the placements of colours are different. Everything is so nuanced, you know. And their siblings, they come from the same two parents. Think how amazing, how specific our identities get when you look at the broad spectrum of all the different ethnicities and family trees that we come from, and how different face shapes emerge from that. Isn't that so beautiful? That we are so unbelievably unique. It's such a blessing to look like you. I promise you, it's such a blessing to look like you. Because only you look like you. And of course, you can get cosmetic procedures, or you can manipulate makeup to make yourself look like somebody else. Of course you can. We've all done that before. But ultimately, in your natural, rawest form, there is only one of you. Only one. I can guarantee you, if you found someone that you thought, well, they look identical to me, I promise you there's a difference. Even in twins, triplets, there will be differences. Small differences, but uniqueness differences. Whether it's facially or in personality, no two people are ever the same. We all have different lived experiences. We all interpret things differently. We are our own unique and individual person. And you should be so proud of who you are. Because, as I say, there is only one of you. There is only one of you. And you can choose to do whatever you want in this life. If someone's done it before, it means it's possible. You decide your path. You're capable of anything that you put your mind to. I promise you that. It doesn't mean that it will be as easy as the next person or as hard as the next person. But it's possible. You are so wonderful and so beautiful. You are so wonderful. I want you to remember that. So, maybe you do. Go out, buy yourself a new coat or a new lipstick, something to make you feel refreshed. Go ahead, that's fine. But always remember that the essence of you is much more than that. And the essence of you is so beautiful. Because I am sure, undoubtedly, that you always try your best to be a good person. But to protect your heart. You radiate so much light. You should have so much confidence because you are doing you fabulously. The best that anybody could. No one can do what you do as best as you. I want you to of 5 different ways that maybe you can help yourself to feel a little bit better. These don't have to be super groundbreaking. They can be quite simple. But think of 5 different ways that you can do something to make yourself feel better. So, I'll do mine. I can get a good night's sleep. So essential. I can watch something that makes me laugh. can read something that intrigues me. I can get a really meaningful hug. And I can eat a meal that is homemade and prepared and warming and filling. Those are 5 things I can do to make myself feel good. They don't require too much effort. Simple things like I can have a hot shower or a hot bath. Maybe if that's what you like, have a bath bomb. There are some new bath bombs now coming out for the Halloween and Christmas time. Something to make you feel festive. Another thing that I love and enjoy is going to shops and just browsing their holiday decor, and I never ever buy anything. I love to look, and it helps me just feel all warm and cozy. Thinking about other people decorating their homes and the excitement of putting the Christmas tree up, that always just, it makes everything better. Those are things that bring me joy. They've got nothing to do with the way I look. Not once have I said, oh, go and get my nails done, go and have a facial, go to the gym to try and lose some weight. What makes my heart happy? What makes my brain happy? What makes me smile? What makes me feel loved? That's the things that I want you to think about. And sometimes it can be things that make you feel accomplished, that can really boost our self-esteem as well. So if you're feeling like your self-esteem is affected by your work ethic, maybe you feel a little bit like you're in a rut with things, maybe giving yourself a simple plan, starting with the simplest task and going from there. But I promise you, the more and more that you push off the problems, that you push off the work, you push off the stress and try to cram it into the back of your mind, the worse it becomes when it all comes crashing down. And it all consumes you. And all of a sudden you've got so many whispers in your ears of you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do that. Running away from it only makes the problem worse, I promise. I promise. And if you're in the depths, I'm so sorry, and I feel you, I hear you, I see you. Start off with something simple, you know. Have you cleaned your teeth today? Have you brushed your hair today? Do you feel okay to go and have a wash? Do you think you could manage to wash the dishes or load the dishwasher? Is there an email that maybe you could send that maybe would stop people feeling like they're in the dark? Communication is so important, and that is one of my biggest flaws, is when I feel overwhelmed, all communication stops. And I find it impossible to reply to comments, to emails, to texts, even from my closest friends. And I have all the intentions of responding, and it's not because I don't want to speak to them, but I don't feel like I can put my face on. I don't feel like I want to pretend in my communication. I want to feel like I am genuinely myself and present in the moment when I communicate. It's like a fear thing, but sometimes just sending a message and saying, hey, not feeling myself right now. I'll get back to you. That's enough. That's enough. You know, even if you want to set like an automated text that goes out to everyone that texts you whenever you're just wanting to shut down, be quiet for a moment, that's cool, that's good, you can do that. You know, but running away, it doesn't help, I promise. I've been there so many times and it doesn't help. And I promise you, half, if not a lot more, of the worries that you have in your head right now that feel so overwhelming and so all-consuming, and the things that are making you doubt yourself, that are making you have this low self-esteem, I promise you, a lot of them, they're just up here. They're really, really not as big problems as you think they are. I promise you. I promise you. You could waste your life worrying over something that is so insignificant, rather than just going, oh well, I'm moving on to the next thing. It's such a difficult thing to put into practice, but I don't want you to live in the past. Don't let yourself live in the shadow of things that have happened before. Don't let people's opinions and comments that they've shared previously affect who you are today. Because number one, they don't deserve to have space in your mind and to fill that void of noise. And number two, I can pretty much guarantee that they're wrong. And so what if they're right? Does this stop you from existing? No. I want you to try and choose happiness as much as you can. I want to again remind you, you are so loved, you are so beautiful, you shine such a radiant light. I want you to wash away all of that negative self-talk. Stand in front of a mirror today for me and give yourself 3 compliments about your appearance. I want you to go for 3 compliments about your personality. Find things that you like about yourself and focus on them. Because if you carry those compliments around with you every day, you'll start to believe them, and then soon enough you'll be finding 3 more things that you like about yourself, about your image, and then 3 more things that you like about who you are, and before you know it, you feel amazing. You love yourself like you deserve to do. You deserve to love yourself. And there is nothing wrong with a little bit of narcissism, because you should love yourself. You should think all these wonderful things about yourself, because I can promise you, so many people around you do. So many people around you already think those wonderful things about yourself. But sometimes we just find it a little bit hard to tell ourselves nice things about ourselves. We find it hard to point out the good, but give it a try. And also, like I said before, those 5 things that can make you feel good in here and in here. Try them out for me, if you can, 1 at a time, or maybe all 5. See if it makes a difference. Okay. I love you. You are loved, you are beautiful, you are kind, and you deserve to feel good about yourself. I'll speak to you very soon. Take care. God bless and good